All right, Eli, what's going on here? Why are our viewers looking at poor lighted Zoom call right now? What happened?
Well, what happened is what happens every time that you and I plan to get together. Mother Nature says it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter what kind. It's a hurricane. It could be a tropical storm. It could be a snowstorm. It could be an ice storm.
All this moisture coming up out of the Gulf is going to mix at high altitudes, and it's going to push off and hit Altoona. No, it's going to push off and hit us.
It's going to go directly where we are. And so that's pretty much what's happened. You and I are supposed to be having this conversation face to face. I'm supposed to be at your house right now. We're supposed to be playing. We were supposed to have played a match against each other, which we were going to video.
Yep.
And we were supposed to have the basketball competition.
The 3-point competition for Bryson. Yep.
And then 2 ice storms, a snowstorm. The second time in how many weeks you basically had no power, had to leave your house.
I've been at a hotel. I've been at my parents' house.
Yeah.
And anyway, and let's explain how our calendar works. So we record on weekends, right? We everything we do is on a weekend. And what the reason the way we had gotten to weekly was we were going to record every Sunday night.
Late winter run.
That's right. And then Lenny would have all week to edit that one, and then that one would go up the next Monday, which is what we did last week. But last Sunday, that was the third day I was out of power.
Yeah.
So I had no power at my house. But we said, well, we're fine because that's when Eli is going to come down and we'll get all of our stuff then. And then we got another ice storm. And so anyway, we just wanted to give you guys something. We said we were going to go weekly, so we're just giving you what we got.
And we contemplated, we were debating, well, maybe we'll just skip the week because we don't have anything. But please understand, this is just our attempt to just give you something. And we have we're completely off the rails today, but we just want to throw something out there.
I am a little worried, to be honest with you. I'm worried about the 3-point shootout because that has to happen before March 25th. And I don't know when that's going to happen anymore.
I'm getting a little concerned about that. Well, I don't know. I mean, this was the trip before Pinehurst. And we had this thing all carved out. So I don't know. That may be, I don't know what that's going to turn into.
Okay. So there are a few things that we wanted to hit though. First of all, let's give some superlatives out. Lenny, if you want to cue the superlative music. Last week, anyone who quoted a Billy Madison line after the Rurudo shirt. I mean, it's very hard to make me laugh out loud when I'm by myself, but I was crying. Especially the people that said I hate cursive and I hate all you. I was disappointed that we did not go on a rant of Billy Madison lines.
I know.
But I did want to give some credit there.
Yep.
And then there's this comment, and Lenny, just put this comment up on the screen.
Oh yes.
I mean, I'm not.
This was unbelievable.
I mean, this integration of the referencing the Seinfeld line when George eats the donut out of the trash.
This is
to me hitting a Twix wrapper. I mean, that's a brilliance on a whole new level.
I'm gonna say it's the greatest quoting that's ever been done on this show. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's complete fire. And I feel unworthy. I feel like you should be
host the show.
You should take our place. All right. Well, again, I've got I played 9 holes and I want to tell you about that, but I need time. I need time to digest it. I need time to set up the proper lighting and music, to let you know what happened on the first 9 holes of the year for me. But, I thought we could take this time just to dive into a few questions.
I love it. Let's do it.
A lot of listeners asked the question about the divot board, about it being raised off of the mat.
Yep.
And I had the same question, and I still have the same, like, I still wonder about that. But I can tell you this, because basically what people were saying was the reason you were catching it fat because the divot board is raised up a little bit.
Right.
I don't think that's the case because, one, I tried it a number of different ways, and I caught it fat each way. So I choked up on the club. I held the club regular. I did a hockey stick grip. I did the claw. I did the pencil. I did Tony Finau's new putting stroke, which I can't even tell you what it is. Anyway, all of them I hit fat. And then when I went to the range, I just paid particular attention to that. And there was more often than not, I'm striking just behind the ball. It's not.
But I thought about this because we got a lot of questions about that. Don't you think that the ball is raised a little bit above your feet anyway? I mean, if you think about the fact that your feet are sinking down into the grass and the ball is sitting above.
I think that's it. Well, that's the other thing is, like, how often do you have a completely flat lie?
Well, I don't think it ever happens.
Right.
Really?
But you adjust. Like, that's what I noticed. I noticed that even when I didn't choke up on the club, you just adjust your kind of angle, and you still can. When I'm focused on the work that Adam's had me do is to try to practice striking 6 inches in front and get used to that, and then start bringing that back.
Yeah.
So when I've done that, I'm able to do that on the divot board. I really think the divot board is legit. Because the other thing that I was showing you was how much the toe was digging in.
Yeah. It was the Finkel and Einhorn move.
Oh, that's that's right. I forgot about that. The lowest Einhorn toe dig. And what I've found from that is that's all right hand. When I swing I'll swing the club on the divot board and I'll just use my left hand, and that goes away. So anyway, I think it's a legit thing where I'm learning just by hitting some things on the divot board.
Yeah. Well, I've told you, I've played my best golf when I could do the line and the divot drill, spray the line, put the ball on the line, which just told me how horrible I was. Well, and remember last year when I was with Larry, remember how bad, I was catching my irons on the upswing consistently.
Oh, that's right.
I could not get my irons to be in a descending motion. It was everything was on the upswing. So I think that's a big deal.
And then, actually, one question I just thought of is a question for you, Eli.
Okay.
In this week where the world has turned against us, I'm behind on speed sticks. I didn't stop doing them, but I'm behind. I'm behind 3. My question is can I catch up? Can you do speed sticks
like 6 days in a row?
6 days in a row. Then does that count? Or do you need the every
gap?
Week? Yeah. Do you need the gap in doing them?
I don't know. That'd be a good question for the speed stick guys. I know just
we're gonna find out.
Regular muscle, like muscle group training. That's why they have you train muscle groups so that you can, the whole process of breaking down a muscle, then resting it, allowing it to build back up, breaking it down again. But I don't know, with speed sticks, and maybe I'd be interested to see if you feel this way. One of the things that I realize every time that I use my speed sticks is it's just creating the flexibility to swing hard. I didn't even have the flexibility to really go after a ball. Like I thought, when I thought I was going after a ball, it was really a protective swing that was confined to the inability of my body to move loosely and freely and all those things. So there's part of me, it's like, man, 6 days in a row, I bet you'd be pretty loose on that kind of swing.
Well, I think we're going to try it. We're starting. I did them today.
Yep.
And I'm going to do them every day this week.
Love it.
I need you to hold me accountable to that.
I love it. Love it.
I echo that echo of his echo. All right. And then, we've also got a lot of questions to do a what's in the bag. And we were going to do that on on a show, which we will do now. And then this last question came in just this week. And this one was special to my heart. It was, can you tell us the story of Crawl Ball? Crawl Ball. All right. Well, listen, I'm not sure if you wanted all that on Crawl Ball, but that's what you got.
That's what you get when the power goes out.
All right. So next week, actually, it'll be later. Yeah, it'll be later this week. So we'll stay weekly. Next Monday we'll have another episode. But we have some serious things to talk about. I have not only. All right, I'm just going to tease this. Not only.
I think you're going. I was getting ready to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Not only do I have some first 9 hole stuff to share, there's something. I'm not saying I've figured it out.
Whoa.
I'm not saying I'm the God. I'm a God.
Maybe the real God's not omnipotent. He's just been around for so long, he knows everybody.
I've been shot, stabbed, electrocuted. No, I tapped into something. Lenny, just play some suspenseful music. I'm just telling you, there's something to this.
Ooh,
I need I need to wait till I have my full resources to show you this, but there's something to share.
Ooh, I like this. I haven't heard this since season 1, episode 2, when you said you figured golf out.
No, I'm not saying I figured golf out. Not even saying I figured the golf swing out. I've just figured a thing out.
Well, I like that, and I wanted to tease a little bit. You and I had a phone call this week with someone.
Ooh, we did.
And I'm not going to say any more about it, but
he ain't going to break it.
He ain't going to break it because I'm about to slip out.
I'm about to slip out right now. Houdini.
But this phone call has terrifying possibilities.
Yeah, it started out as a cordial meeting between friends, and it ended with the worst idea in the history of the show.
And an idea that may bring down the entire golf industry.
Golf itself might collapse.
Can't have a better tease than that. This next episode is sure to be a letdown.
Listeners in Tennessee, I need you to get a gym. Just reserve a gym. Eli and I will meet in the middle, and we'll shoot there.
Rick Barnes, you're listening.
Shaka Smart. I don't think he's anywhere close to Tennessee.
He's in Texas. This is a portrait. This is behind the music right now.
Yeah, this is. This is. By the way, whatever happened to behind the music? I love that. Behind the music.
Behind the music was amazing. Whatever happened to music videos? When's the last time you've seen a music video?
Do they even make music videos?
Hashtag shares. If I could turn back time. Wasn't that the one? Wait, what was the one where she was on the boat? I wasn't allowed to watch that as a kid.
On the boat?
Oh yeah, it was when we were kids. She was with all the sailors. It's like a Navy boat.
I don't remember that one. One video that's imprinted in my head.
Rock the Cradle of Love. That was on the list of music videos I couldn't watch. Billy.
It was a song that wasn't even any good, but it was like this. It was some sort of beach scene. Oh, it was Chris Isaac.
Oh, it was I Want to Fall in Love.
I Want to Fall in Love.
Yeah.
What happened? Why are we here? Why is my office black?
To intimidate my subordinates. I'll tell you why we're here, because I think that we might have secretly slipped into. Have you seen the new TNT show Snow Train, where
no,
where they're on this? I still don't understand the meaning of the show, but they play it all the time during NBA games, where they're on a train. It's like the whole world is a train, and it's just been overtaken by snow. I don't understand it. I remember the Paula Abdul cat video was for some reason was on the fence. I don't
was
know
it?
why. I think I feel like it was.
I don't remember that being a problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you because you're allergic to cats, obviously.
We just went right off the rails. That probably.
Crawl ball.
Lenny, cue the nostalgic music.
Lenny, cue the Counting Crows, Mrs. Potter's Lullaby, because that's
Has
what we
to be.
would. That would no, actually, that was 38 special. So there was
Yep.
2 games. Lenny, cue the memoir music. In college, Eli and I were suite mates.
Mhm.
Suite mates in our last year of college, and my apartment had a Little Tykes. Is it Fisher Price or Little Tykes? I think it's
I
Little
think it was
Tykes.
Fisher. Oh, I thought it was Fisher Price. Anyway,
I think we called it Fisher Price. Anyway, it's a mini basketball goal with a little plastic basketball, and there were 2. It was a 2-pronged effect that this basketball goal had. One, there was an ongoing free throw contest of who could make the most free throws in a row, which I was addicted to.
Yes.
And I did it more than anybody, so I had the record.
By the way, quick tangent on that. I remember very clearly the day you broke the record, because I remember our friend Summer.
I re-broke well, I had the record, remember?
And then it got broke.
And then I was away, and Trip
broke it.
The Godfather himself, he slept 40 feet away. He broke the record while I was gone for the weekend.
Yeah.
And
then you basically didn't do anything until you re-broke the record.
I took the next 2 days. I canceled all my classes.
Well, I think my favorite part of it was hearing from Summer how she went to stop by the apartment to say hey, and you were in, I don't know what number you were on. I think you were in like the 70s.
I was in the 70s.
And you have to understand, the way this was set up. Basically, if you shot it the correct way, it would go through the rim, go through the net, hit the pole, and then come right back to you. So you could literally just be in this motion.
That's right.
If you got in a groove, that's how you had to do it.
That's right. And all you had to do is move your pivot foot and then move it back. And
move it right back.
Your feet would make an imprint in the carpet, so you knew you were not moving off your line.
That's right. And Summer went to stop by, and I think you were in like the 70s. What was the record you had?
I was in a rhythm that I have never been in my life. This was the peak of my life right here.
Well, first of all, what was the record? It was
the record was 70. The record was like 68, and then Trip made it 75.
But then you broke it with what?
I broke it with 124, I believe.
Yeah, I was just saying.
It was.
But I remember.
I was in the 70s when Summer.
You were in the 70s, and Summer came in, and the entry to the apartment. It's like a little linoleum. It's like a 3x3 patch of linoleum before you got into the living room. And I just remember Summer going. I opened the door, and Mike is looking at the goal. The door's over here. And he went, "Don't move. Don't even think about it. Don't say a word. Stand right where you are. Don't budge." And then just got right back in rhythm. And she said, "I sat there another 10 minutes until he missed."
She literally, Summer, I've never fully thanked you for that, Summer. Thank you so much. Lenny, I'm not sure what music's playing right now, but let's play some thank you music for Summer. Summer Hess, if you're out there, you were from Philadelphia. You were an angel from heaven. You walked in.
You were also.
I yelled at you. I yelled at you not to interrupt my rhythm, and you were just nice enough to just sit there and
immediately sit.
Watch me continue to shoot Fisher Price free throws until I set the new record, which was never broken.
Yep.
Which again, a high point of my life. But anyway, that's one part. That's one prong of the legend of the Fisher Price goal, which was Tripp's goal, by the way, the Godfather himself.
Yep.
The second prong is crawl ball. And crawl ball was invented I don't know why. I believe. I'm
trying to even think of the origins.
I think I was on my back. We were just
watching
talking
something.
We were watching something. I was on my back and I was shooting. Just
laying
shooting
on the ground on your back
at the goal, laying on the ground. And I'm making a few swish. And then so then like maybe you or Trip started to try it. And then all of a sudden we said, wait a second, what if we played a 2-on-2 game? We moved all the furniture around and we made a 2-on-2 game, but you could not move. You couldn't get on your knees, can't use your arms. You can only flip.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even crawl ball. It was like flop ball. Like you could only be.
You had to stay on your back or on your belly.
Stomach.
Yeah,
that's right. All you had to do was so you had to roll, and you would throw passes, and then so we would play like 45-minute games, and the score would be 3-2.
It was the most exhausting thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, great for your abs though. I mean, this wasn't ab ripper 100 or 200. This is ab ripper 339.
And you have to think about how we set up think about the setup. I remember, well, first of all, let's skip ahead.
We had stadium seating.
Crawl ball turned into crawl ball league.
There was a league. That's right.
A full intramural league with teams and standings and regular games. And to set up crawl ball, and I'm sure everybody's familiar with it's common apartment setup in college. You've got your common area, living room, kitchen. Then on each side, you have 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom. So we took the couch that was included with the living unit, and we completely flipped that and blocked off the kitchen.
That's right.
And then I think we did something to block off the entry to the 2 bedroom areas. And so it was one giant rectangle with walls.
That's right.
And then you just played. I think you did. You played to like 3 or 5. It was something low.
I think it was literally like 5.
It was like 40-minute games.
But it was hard to score. And then of course it became increasingly more violent. It started off clean. It started off classy.
Did you get flowers? You classed it up.
I mean, it started off with just your basic, oh, this is fun. And then all of a sudden, you got competitive, you started blocking some shots, you started just flying over it. But then what ruined crawl ball, Lenny, cue the turning point.
It's got to be King Bluff.
It was the wrestlers.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The team. So Eli said we did have teams, and there was a tag team of wrestlers who joined, and it just got.
You just said tag team of wrestlers, like the wrestling.
It was the
team.
Bushwhackers.
It was right before the Demolition Duo broke up.
It was the Legion of Doom. The Nasty Boys. They came out like this. They had their own entrance music. The glass broke.
Spikes on the shoulder pads. They injured somebody. We had to call the whole thing off.
They came out to that's when they came out to Real American. They came out to Real American. They started doing this. Anyway, but no, the wrestlers. It became wrestling. Crawl ball became wrestling, and then we had to.
Wait. There were two things that ruined it. The wrestlers
rug burns.
The wrestlers were responsible for 95% of ruining crawl ball. But King Bluff, Simon Kahn, the 6'10", 250-pound center on the basketball team, also had a hand in dismantling crawl ball because he literally dominated the entire game. It was awful.
Yeah, it was not fun when King Bluff got down there.
Yeah. By the way, that was one of 2 intramural games that you invented that year that I thought could have been franchised into some sort of money-making scheme. There was crawl ball, and then there was wiffle tennis.
Oh, wiffle tennis.
Okay, if there are any college kids, I know we get messages from college kids, which is very flattering, that listen to the show. You need to explain wiffle tennis real quick too. Actually, I don't think I
can.
Yeah.
You have to have a specific tennis court setup.
3 courts next to each other.
Yeah, 3 courts next to each other that aren't walled off.
Yep.
And anyway, it was a custom.
Tennis was amazing.
It was a custom deal, but wiffle tennis was phenomenal.
Yep.
Again, high points of your life. College kids,
crawl ball. You got to try.
Whenever we have listeners, let's take a moment for us. College kids. Sometimes we
get so scared.
Sometimes we get so scared when we see kids in their late teen years or early 20s say, "Gosh, I can't wait to get out of college."
Yep. Don't you ever say that again.
We just want to say, no. We want to give you some wisdom right now and say, you're wrong. Rethink that and find a way to stay in.
And start a crawl ball league. You know what one of my dreams is? One of my dreams is to get some sort of Twitter video of like 50 people in an apartment complex playing crawl ball in college.
Post-COVID.
But that would be a highlight for me. Just seeing crawl ball, just a crawl ball nation.
And Lenny, my daughter has me and my daughter routinely, two things I do with let me just give some kudos to my daughter. Kudos to Lucy. Not only does Lucy love to watch golf with me, she also loves to go to the Carl Weathers Learning Center, which she calls the Dragon Shield, the Dragon Shield Golf Academy, and she reads off the yardages to me, and so we practice together. But then the other thing that we do is I've just gotten her a little Tykes Fisher Price, whatever it is, gold, the exact same one, except for it's pink and purple. But it came with 3 balls. 3. So we can play, not like when you're here, we can play knockout.
We could literally have a game of knockout.
We could play crawl ball knockout.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. The interesting thing was loose balls, because loose balls, it was a loss of possession if you crawled.
Yes.
You had to slide.
You had to slide.
You had to roll. You had to roll to get to the ball. And if you got up or got on your knees, it was so actually crawl ball is not even the right term. It was
and defense
ball.
And defense, you know, when you can't lean over, it's really hard. But that's why it turned into hack fest.
You could block shots with your feet.
You could. Yes.
Now that was fun.
It's the greatest game ever. It really was.
Actually,
awesome.
when you're here, do we need to play one-on-one?
We wouldn't be able to walk for a week if we play that game. I'm dead serious. I remember this. I remember playing a game against King Bluff and his partner Bender. And I remember the next day at actual basketball practice, my legs and my back were hurting so bad that it hurt to go through the practice. And I thought, I've got to stop playing crawl ball.
Are the back problems you have later in life, or do they all go back to crawl ball?
I think there could be some sort of suit if this thing ever formally. I could have a suit against the crawl ball commissioners. Yeah, it could get ugly.
All right. Well, listen, I'm not sure if you wanted all that on crawl ball, but that's what you got.
That's what you get when the power goes out.